Back to Dream Daddy. Turns out Dad Me has a much easier time getting dates than normal me. All of my friends will know what I'm talking about. Don't join dating websites, they suck. Right. So I was going to message Robert. Yes, that's the thing I'm doing right now. It's a good idea. Yep. Here we go. Robert was pretty nice. A lot, but nice. And ruggedly handsome. We should hang out. Type out a message to him on Dadbook. Hey, Robert. Good seeing you again at the cookout. Wanna grab a drink? I sit there for a couple seconds, hoping he'll message me back. Hey, it says that you read my message. I anxiously wait for a response. Yeah, let's not seem too desperate. Watch cat videos on the internet. I stare down a rabbit hole of cat videos, and Robert quickly vanishes from my mind. I realize how long I've been doing this, but by the time I watch maybe my 30th cat video, Robert pops back into my head. I jump back over to Dadbook to see if he's responded yet. Nothing. Well, guess the guy's busy. Might as well make the best of my day. I get up, walk to the living room, then sit down and turn on the TV. Let's watch the History Channel. Oh, Naked and Afraid, Catching the Deadliest Ancient Aliens is on. Hey, yes please. Ancient Aliens is actually the show I watch the most on the History Channel. It's so good. So hilarious. I'm so cold. I'm so scared. At this rate, I don't think we're gonna catch these aliens by day 50. I'm having trouble following this. Ancient astronaut theorists predict that being naked makes you 10 times more likely to find ancient aliens. Some would suggest that the aliens are fascinated with the human physique, most notably the butt. Okay, I'm back in. I lose several hours to whatever the hell that was. Sighing, I get up and walk around the house. My stomach grumbles. Time for lunch? Huh. Well, I guess it's time for old Chef Lance to cook a gourmet delicacy. I walk over to the refrigerator and open the door. Just go straight for the mustard jar. Eat the whole thing of mustard. Now, let's make a sandwich. I make a sandwich in its entirety while standing there. Who needs plates? The sandwich. A lost art. I admire my work for a second before I clumsily drop the entire thing on the floor. No! I look around and remember that Amanda's not home. This is still good. 5-second roll, right? I reassemble my sandwich, peeling pickles off the floor and putting them back where they belong. In my mouth. Wait, I'm a wreck. I finish my snack and walk around the house some more, bored. When's Amanda coming home? Oh, I just remembered something. When we were packing up the old house, we found an old basketball hoop that would hang off a door. It would really bring the living room together. Wonder where I put it. I spend a couple minutes poking around the new place until I find it. After installing it above one of the doors in the living room, I'm ready to dunk. Come on and slam. Welcome to the jam. I take a leap from the free throw line and rocket that sucker down in the net. The crowd goes wild. And welcome to the jam. I pull up from the three-point line, breaking ankles and sinking a fadeaway. And I forget the rest of the words of the song. So do I suddenly, and that's very embarrassing for me because I know this entire song by heart. No look behind the back hook shot. Everyone's on their feet. Something something Space Jam. That was literally my favorite movie growing up as a kid. First celebrity crush was Michael Jordan. For that exact movie. I managed to just barely defeat myself at horse before Amanda comes home. Then we cook dinner together. We're proud of ourselves for not even coming close to burning down the house. Afterward, Amanda and I dig into a carton of ice cream over an episode of Chopped, Toddler Tournament. What you have in front of you is a molecularly deconstructed sweet potato with a brown sugar demi-glace with cream fraccio, of course. This is literally a jar of baby food. The toddler immediately bursts into tears. Are we bad people for watching this? Yes. Just then, my computer dings. Huh? What's that? Oh, you probably just got a message. Amanda and I walk over to the computer and check Dad Book. It's a message from Robert. You up? What are you doing? What does that mean? What are you doing? What am I doing? You're just chilling. Just chilling. Tebek, just chilling. Amanda deletes the G and hits send. Huh. It'll make you look cooler. A couple moments pass by. Another message pops up. Want to grab a drink? Hey, that means he wants to hang out. I know what that means, Amanda. But it's kind of late. Come on, Pops. Live a little. I am living. With ice cream. And traumatized toddlers. Well, it's your life, but I think you'd have a lot of fun tonight. You're trying to get to know the neighbors better, aren't you? Fine. I type back a message to Robert asking for the details and tells me to meet him at Jim and Kim's. Well, don't wait up for me. I never do. I throw on a nice jacket and run out the door. It's only a short walk to Jim and Kim's, and it's a beautiful night. I walk into the bar and see the usual crowd of barflies drinking beer and watching sports. I spot Robert at the back of the bar and wave hi as I walk over. Hey man, how's it going? Hey buddy. Ahoy there, Skipper. Robert and Mary here? Uh-oh. I brought Mary along. Figured we'd need a drinking buddy. Aw, man. I was excited to get to know Robert a little better. Now I have to deal with this weird married lady making passes at me.
Ugh.
Don't look so scared, kiddo. We're just having a drink.
Oh.
Yeah, speaking of which, I think it's time for the first round. What are you having? Oh, God. Guess I typically drink beer for this. Because that's what yeah. But he likes whiskey. I myself would go for something tropical, but I have a feeling that's the very wrong answer here. Guess I should just stick with what Dad me usually drinks. Well, admirable, I disagree. Robert orders 3 shots of whiskey and passes them between us. Well, this wasn't how I was expecting my night to be going. Here's to bad decisions and relaxed moral values, fellas. What have I gotten myself into? We all knock back the shots. I almost choke on the whiskey as it burns in my throat. Holy hell, that was a kick. I look over at Rob and Mary, who seem like old pros at this. Robert grabs his jacket and throws it on. Let's get marching. What? The night's young, Chief. Come on, we're bar hopping. Oh, alright. I didn't know there was more than one bar in town. Well, I guess I'm in a city, so... We leave the bar and start walking down the street. I still don't know this area of town very well, so I just follow Robert. So where are we heading? Irish I were drinking. It's an Irish pub. It's a good one. A good pun is the whiskey to my heart.
Come on.
Puns are the lowest form of humor, Jared. Try harder. Ouch. Am I gonna be the butt of the joke all night? Jesus, Mary, pull your fangs away for a second. We walk into I Wish I Were Drinking. The bar is pretty much the same as Jim and Kim's, except for the old-timey Irish memorabilia on the walls. Next round, what are you having? Alright, I have a feeling it's whiskey all around, so whiskey hasn't filled me yet. Let's do it. Robert orders 3 more glasses of whiskey and he posts up a garnished green booth. Mary slides in and saddles up next to Robert, which makes me breathe a sigh of relief. Let's sip this one, why don't we? Suit yourself. Mary immediately downs her shot in one gulp and burps loudly. That'll put hair on your chest. You are truly the paragon of grace and beauty. Mary grabs my drink and sips on it. Hey, Jared, be a dear and get us another round, will ya?
Hey.
I don't know how to process this evening at all. I get up and order another round of drinks from the bartender. As I head back, I see Mary and Robert having a lively conversation. Robert roars with laughter. I don't think I've ever seen the guy smile, let alone laugh. Take a seat across from both of them and pass out the drinks. So Edith's kids snuck some pot brownies into the table at the last bake sale, right? And I spot the little hemp-sweatered gremlin in the act. So I go up to Edith with the baggie, and I'm about to tell her when all of a sudden she just freaks out on me. You're ruining the bake sale, she says. I should have been PTA president. Your roots are bad. And blah, blah, blah. So what'd you do? I told her to have a brownie and that everything was going to be fine. They both erupt into laughter. I politely follow along with the story. She ate 3. More laughter. Okay, that was actually pretty funny.
Hey,
She called the cops and told them that time had stopped.
come on.
Mary looks directly at me. Do you smoke weed? What?
Hey.
You know, the devil's lettuce. I
Ah.
have 2 big fat blunts in my purse right now. Want a blaze? You with the feds. I worked hard for what I have, and no 2-bit corner boy is gonna drop the dime on me. So you take what you're pushing somewhere else, and I'll keep running my business the way I want it to run. What? Remember, you come with the king, you best not miss. Jesus, kid, dial it back. Robert giggles happily. Yes! I'm just kidding, cowboy. Lay off the kid, Mary. He may not be used to your brand of humor.
Oh?
Fine, fine. We sit around and sip our drinks, people watching and cracking jokes. After a little bit of time, I began to warm up to Mary. Her jokes become much funnier and much less scary. But it seems like she's not going anywhere anytime soon. I just wanted some alone time with Robert. I wonder if I can get her to leave somehow. Well, he got the first, I got the second, so... Yeah, can you get the next round? Trying to ditch me, pal? No. Because if you're trying to ditch me, you can just tell me to scram. No, it's fine. Jared wants a little time with his new best buddy, Robert. Reaching loud and clear. Wingman breaks formation to pursue their prey. Now, if you fellas would excuse me, Mary needs to sink her teeth into a helpless boy. Go with God. Nice seeing you.
Ugh.
Deuces, nerds. Mary gets up and saunters over to a younger-looking guy at the bar. She grows on you. Does she, though? I feel like she kind of delights in making men suffer.
Oh.
Well, she does. What about her and Joseph? What about him? You know, they're married. And she definitely tried to get in my pants the other night, and I just threw her across the bar, where she's making goo-goo eyes at that younger guy from before. He looks like he's being held hostage. Oh, that's just a thing she does. She's harmless. Tell that to the boy she's hanging off of. Poor kid looks like he's seen war. Robert lets out a hearty laugh. Hey, I got him to laugh.
Oh.
Oh man, you know, I pegged her for one of those straight-laced types. Oh, don't worry. I got pretty wild back in my days. Still got a little wild in you? Well, you know it. Robert orders a couple more rounds of shots. I gulp. What am I getting myself into? Think you can go shot for shot? There's only one way to look cool here. I grab the shot closest to me and down it. Robert looks impressed. He takes his shot and knocks it back. That's one. So, what do I even talk about? He's so cool. And he probably hates small talk. So how are things?
Oh.
I hate small talk. Okay. Too many people. This isn't necessarily you, but too many people think that they have to fill the dead air with noise. Personally, I think they're just afraid of silence. Or they're afraid of what the other person is going to think of the silence. If you want some unsolicited advice, just learn to be comfortable with silence. Nothing wrong with 2 people sitting in silence and drinking whiskey. Oh, alright. Robert and I sit in silence and drink whiskey. I take in the rest of the bar. Patrons laughing, playing darts, spilling beer. Mary gives the hard sell to that young man. The young man pretending he got a phone call from one of his friends. Huh, maybe silence is nice sometimes. So, you ever kill a man? I choke on my own drink. Excuse me? You know, watch a life drain from someone's eyes. It's not just their life, you know. It's their hopes and dreams drain away. Every memory and experience they have ever had. Gone. No. Great, me neither. Robert knocks back his shot and motions for me to do the same. I reciprocate. I'm just messing with you. Relax. I laugh nervously. Or am I? I laugh nervously. Again. We sip more whiskey, and people watch some more. Mary has her sights set on another man after the one excused himself to the bathroom and, I assume, crawled out of the window. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. You betcha. Robert gets up out of the booth. shouldering his jacket. Let's roll. Sorry, whiskey. Inside voices. Let's roll. Wait, what about Mary? Brother, Mary's gonna be just fine. I look over at Mary, who's lying on the bar in front of some poor sap. She's singing happy birthday to him while he insists it's not his birthday. She has fun. We make our way out of the bar and back onto the street. I'm trying my hardest not to stumble, but man, that sidewalk is just coming right at me. I hope Robert doesn't notice me tripping over my own feet like this is the first time I've ever been drunk. Or two. You'll see. I follow Robert through street lamp spotlights until we eventually arrive at a rundown strip mall. There's a beauty salon, a sex shop, a computer repair store that looks like it's been closed for 10 years, and finally, a liquor store.
Hey.
Wait here. I'll be right back. After a minute, Robert returns with 2 wine bottles in brown paper bags. He hands one to me. Cheers. He sits on the curb and drinks. He motions for me to do the same. This is really not where I expected the night to go. I take a sip. White Zinfandel? What? Nothing. I just wasn't expecting... It's delicious, fruity, and refreshing. Don't judge me. I start to say something. Thinking of his lecture about valuing silence earlier, I stop. I sip on my wine and watch cars drive by. That's so rocks at shit. Robert suddenly hurls a rock at a stop sign. The ding echoes throughout the empty parking lot. That felt good. Presses a stone into my free hand. Now you try. I don't know. With feeling. Look at the rock in my hand, I look at the stop sign. Back of the rock, back of the stop sign. I know it has to be done. Got a problem with authority? This one's for you, Pappy. This one's for you, Pappy. I have unresolved resentment towards my father, and I'm going to express it through property damage. I hurl the rock at the sign. It sails over the stop sign right into the window of a parked car, leaving a crack.
Really?
Dude, run! I leap up and dart to the nearest alley. Wine in hand, I can hear Robert's footsteps behind me. Whoops! After I'm sure I'm far enough away from the cracked window that I am no longer culpable for this heinous crime, I stop to catch my breath. Maybe we strike rock throwing from the to-do list. Agreed. Suddenly, my stomach growls. Oh man, I'm starving.
Oh.
Let's get pizza. Can't argue with that. Where's good around here? Actually, I don't even care if it's good. It just needs to be edible and in my mouth in the next 5 minutes. I know just the place. Follow Robert through a maze of alleys and side streets until eventually we end up in the front of this tiny hole-in-the-wall pizza joint. The bright red neon sign reads, Pete's Pizza Pizza. Yes, please. Would eat there in a second. Ta-da! I can see a few exhausted-looking workers behind the counter tossing dough and pulling piping hot pizzas right out of the stone ovens. My stomach rumbles again. Go up to the counter and get ready to order. Can I get 2 slices of Hawaiian pizza? Oh wait, Jared, you're cool with pineapple on your pizza, right? It's my favorite, actually. Of course. We wait a minute for our pizza to come out of the oven. I'm practically drooling at the smell. Cashier hands us each a giant slice on a paper plate so saturated with grease that I'm worried it will fall apart. We take our pizzas outside and wander through the alleyways as we eat. I take a bite. It's absolutely delicious. Pineapple is truly the best pizza topping. You said it. This man's after my own heart. So much. Man, I feel way better now. You and me both. Weird noises coming out of the slightly ajar door to the alleyway. Robert looks at me excitedly. Got any more of that wild in ya? You betcha. Good on ya. Robert and I slide the door open and peek inside. It's completely dark except for some flickering light. We slowly creep forward, cautious not to be heard or seen. Shh! Don't shush me so loud. Shh! Come to the end of the hallway and find ourselves standing in front of a movie screen. Oh, this suddenly makes sense. They were just sneaking into a movie theater like a couple of teenagers? No talking during the movie. We look into the audience and are surprised to find that it's almost completely empty, save for a row of a few teenagers in the front. They look annoyed when they notice us. Robert starts making his way to the very back of the theater and I follow him. We settle in with our wines and try to make sense of this movie. It's a romantic comedy, I think. A young man is frantically trying to get through New York to find the woman that he's finally realized he's in love with. Kiss already! There's nobody to kiss yet. You want me to kiss the taxi driver? Hell yeah. The kids down the way notice us heckling. One of them speaks up. Hey man, keep it down. Okay, Ernest. Oh, damn. That's Ernest Hemingway, Hugo's kid. Ernest! Hey, Ernest! I know you! It's me! Your neighbor! Hi! Ernest turns back around, embarrassed. I turn back to Robert. He kissed anyone yet? Turns out that yes, he did kiss someone. He made his way out to a tiny island near New York to profess his love for a woman who, for some reason, he knew would be there. She tells him that they hit the jackpot. He said that they had, but I think there was some subtext I'm missing here. Boo, love is dead. Shut up, it's beautiful. No, you shut up. Ernest grumbles. The credits start to roll. I stand up. Robert immediately pulls me back down. Hundreds of people work very hard to make this film happen, and you're going to sit here and appreciate them. Thank you, Robert. Okay. Look at that. Elizabeth Shelton. She worked really hard, but she laid lots of good, wardrobe design. Thank you, Elizabeth Shelton, for this beautiful film-going experience. Friend of mine, when we go to the movies, we just kind of try to find the names that are the hardest to pronounce in the titles. I mean, in the credits. It's a lot of fun. You should do that. Always stick around for the credits. So helpful. And Peter Anders, catering, fed a bunch of people so that they could have the energy to do their jobs. What a guy. With the credits roll, Robert individually thanks every member of the crew. Once it's finally over, he makes sure no animals were harmed in the making of this film. We leave the movie theater. We stumble into the theater parking lot, polishing off the rest of our wine. Hey, assholes! Out of nowhere, a rock flies through the air and hits me on the knee. My knee! What the hell? Ernest and his friends are standing in the alleyway, blocking our exit. Oh, what do you guys want? Why'd you go and throw a rock at my knee? It's my good knee! My orthopedist is gonna be pissed. Ernest tosses another rock up and down in his hands. What's wrong with this kid? You ruined my theater-going experience, and now you have to pay. Oh? Well, I don't have any cash on me right now, and, movies got really expensive. Ernest hucks another rock at my other knee. I'm able to jump out of the way, but I didn't properly stretch before physical activity, and I'm probably going to feel super sore in the morning. We ruined it for you? That movie was pretty crappy in the first place. Hey, you take that back. That was a beautiful love story with a genuine acting. You call that good acting? What classist mainstream slop have you been served your entire life? What? Have you ever even seen Michael Powell? Matter of Life and Death? 1946? Easy's the toughest 5 minutes of love you will ever witness. Listen, man.
Excuse me?
No, you listen. That popcorn-ass drivel and the mass media shoving down your throat will only make you dumber and sadder. You, of all people, should strive for a higher standard in the art you consume. Your name is Ernest Hemingway, for Christ's sake. Oh, no, now you've done it. Ernest rushes Robert, screaming like a banshee. Ah! I dive between Ernest and Robert, trying to stop the kid. He lunges forward, kicking me as hard as he can in the knee. Fuck, my knee! Robert gets in between Ernest and myself. It's as if he's seeing red. Fuck, my fucking knee hurts.
Hurts my friend.
Alright, buddy. Talk like a punk, get hip like a punk. Robert squares up into a boxer stance. Queensberry rules. 3-minute rounds with 1 minute rest in between. No low blows, fish hooks, J grabs, or high blows. What? I don't even think about pulling an illegal turnstile. That's an automatic deduction of 3 points. You'll have to designate a second if you're unable to fulfill your role as the main duelist. One of your friends over there looks like he has enough youthful vivacity to handle it. Hey man, I don't want to get dragged into this. That movie sucked. It's too late. You two are bloodbound. If he dies, you die.
What?
Sorry, I don't make the rules. Talk to Queensberry. We're just gonna go. Ernest and his friends warily back away. Robert calls after them. The Queenberry's associations will hear about this and consume better content. Once the teens are safely out of earshot, Robert turns to me. Were you about to actually fight that kid? Are you kidding me? I'd never hit a child. That would be despicable.
Oh.
You throw rules at them, though. They always bolt. Nobody wants a Queensberry-sanctioned throwdown. But full disclosure, I made half of that up. Wow.
Oh.
See, you don't even have to know the rules. You just make them up. Come on, let's get out of here.
How dare you?
Robert and I cool down a bit as we walk back to the neighborhood. So sorry. I get really into art of filmmaking when I drink. That's okay. I think it's cool how much you like movies. To be honest, I don't know a lot about them myself. Buddy, I got so much to show you. You see any Sam Fuller? I haven't. Fuller is cash. Thanks for dinner and a movie. Thanks for dinner and a movie, depending on our adventure. All those sound great. Dinner was $4 and the movie was free, but you got it. Robert throws an arm around my shoulders and we drunkenly belt out tunes all the way back. We finally get to his doorstep. This was an interesting night. I liked it. A smile forms on his cheeks, a rare sight.
Yeah.
Let's hang again soon, yeah? Yeah. I linger there for a second, swaying drunkenly in the night breeze. Robert clasps me on the shoulder. Night, bud. Robert heads back inside and I stumble my way back home.
Oceanic eyes.
This was my favorite date. I love this one so much. Oh God, I love Robert.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Oh God, I love Robert so much. Okay. Let's see what Damien's about. Okay. Damien seemed really interesting. A little odd, but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. He offered me tea, too, which is always a good thing. I navigate to Damien's dad book and type out a message. Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a minute before I see that Damien's typing. Then he keeps typing. And typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer and make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee and the computer finally dings. Jared, I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter for, as you see, I do find myself available to enjoy your company. I must ask for forgiveness, however, as I believe our first meeting did not pay me in the gentlemanly manner as I would have liked. Oh well, there's more. I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship at my residence for an afternoon tea and stroll around my garden, should it please you. Till then, adieu. Yours humbled, D. Bloodmarch. I stare at the screen and reread the letter 7 more times. Hey, Amanda! Can you help me with something?
Aww.
Dad, for the last time, I'm not popping your back pimples. No, can you interpret this for me? I turn the computer to Amanda and she squints at Damien's message. I just don't understand NetSpeak. Like, is this how you kids communicate with each other now? Oh, totally. This is the hot new thing. See, Dad? Kids got over saying LOL and LMAO or whatever and decided that what they need to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So what do? Where's your pen and quill? What?
Yeah.
Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill? Dad, how will we ever address the nobleman in regards to your upcoming debacle ball? Or whatever that word is. Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up surviving a suitor worthy of our land.
Huh.
Or our dowry. Or... So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time, and now you're reciting things you know about it back to me, aren't you?
Oh.
Like, the first 5 pages, then I read a review of the movie. Still got a B, though. Great. So what do I say to Damien?
Yeah.
I got this. Amanda reaches over me and types on the keyboard. Sure thing, dude. Regards. Jared. Amanda hits send and smiles at me. Well, I suppose that's that. That is beautiful. I love this house. It's so pretty. I make the short walk over to Damien's house. Well, I guess you can't call it a house. It's more of a manor? Estate? The Gothic architecture looms above the other homes in the cul-de-sac. I want one of those. Give me that. I walk past a couple of gargoyles guarding the front door and look around for a doorbell. Doesn't seem to be one. Use the knocker. I pull the large ornate covered bat's head door knocker back, and a hollow sound echoes through the house as I strike it against the door. I wait several moments before the door slowly cracks open. It's a little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil portraits of who I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. As I admire him, the front door slams shut behind me. Hello? Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like all the people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? Jared, pleasure to have you in my home. I look up and see Damien standing on top of the majestic staircase with a walking candle holder. What's with the door slamming shut? Oh, sorry, there was a draft. And the door creeping open when I knocked? I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy oil paintings? I like oil paintings. Right. Right. Please, let me show you around. Okay. Damien leads me around the house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and the parlor again for some reason. This is one of the older homes in the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Through extensive renovations, I've been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Do they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how the rebellious teen years are. Onward, onward, there's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is the library. I want a library so bad. This is amazing. Sunlight streams in from the floor-to-ceiling arch windows. The walls are lined with packed bookshelves, and even more books are scattered over the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly really proud of this room. Alright, let's look out the window. I walk to the window and am greeted by a beautiful view of Damien's backyard. It showcases a beautiful view of the rest of the cul-de-sac. Hey, I see Craig out on his lawn. He's doing push-ups, with his daughters on his back. Damn. He sees me and waves happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. Damn. Did you know that Victorians spend at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? Wait, really? No, but Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Pick up a book. You know, Jared, in the Victorian era, there was some controversy surrounding reading. Many people thought that more tawdry novels would encourage youth into a life of crime and would cause too much of a distraction from work and school. Pull out a book at random and examine the worn cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read aloud. Naruto struggled against the chains as Sasuke bound him with. Shirtless and out of breath, he looks up at Sasuke. Sasuke smirked, unbuttoning his ninja pants. Okay, I think that's enough. Damien snaps the book shut and puts it back onto the shelf. That's a rare book from my private collection. You read fan fiction. I really can appreciate this about you. I walk up to the glass display. I walk up to the glass display of pinned bugs on the wall. It's pretty impressive. Nice bugs. I pinned them all myself. Maybe I could show you how sometime. I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my finger. The pinner's gambit. Is that a thing? No. Please, will you join me for tea? I follow Damien to his sitting room, where finger foods have already been set out upon a beautiful, tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. I can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself. What? It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth or class of the people enjoying it, when, in fact, the high refers to both the latter time of day that the working class had to enjoy tea and the height of the tables on which they're served. My dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Your home is really impressive. It seems like you really put a lot of work into this place. Thank you. No one's ever complimented my home before. Hell, I can barely get matching salt and pepper shakers in my place. And look what you've done. I'm kind of jealous. That's very generous of you to say. What got you so interested in goth stuff? Well, when I was a young boy, my father... Did he take you to the city? Sorry? Did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious? Of course. But it's, the song. Amanda made me listen to it. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and cultures of those who came before us, I think. Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch a cold. Takes a sip of tea. I can acknowledge that there are many very terrible things about the Victorian era, and I try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals, to try to live a life that strictly aligns to those ideals would be admittedly horrid. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws, and love it all the same. Tell me, Jared, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff. Well, I'd love to hear about your interest. Hearing someone talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing, and quite honestly, rather attractive. Please, do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sounds sophisticated. Love me some word jumbles. The, written word fascinates me. We spend so much time using words, And, I think people would appreciate them more if they had to unjumble them. It's poetic, really. Oh, so you're a writer? In a sense. We finished our tea and finger sandwiches.
Oh.
Come, I have one more thing to show you. Damien takes me around the back of his home, where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A small stone path wreathes through it, and butterflies float lazily in the air. That is beautiful. My garden. It's beautiful. Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Even more interesting is that one flower can mean different things depending on the other plants it was paired with. One had to be extremely careful, and even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous, bright orange flower off of a vine. Lilium bulbifrum, the orange lily. What do you think this one means? Oh god, I have no idea. I don't speak flowers. Let's see, typically... Oh god, what does orange typically stand for? I have no idea, I'm just gonna go with this one. Oh. The orange lily is actually symbolic of pure hatred. Well, and that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. What's your favorite type of flower? You don't, have my favorite flower listed here, actually. My dad was always a fan of snapdragons. But I think out of these three... I'm gonna go with snapdragons, actually. Because they're cute, and you can do that thing where you squeeze them so it looks like they're talking. What a lovely choice. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. He would put together a bouquet for me? Nobody's ever given me a bouquet before. I follow Damien down the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly, a phone rings.
Huh.
Oh, Jared, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls his cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. Go for it.
Huh.
Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I had put a little more effort into that garden Amanda and I tried to start that one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. Oh hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle.
Fix that guard.
Oh shit, Okay. 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 Shit. How does... So close. Come on. There we go. Phew. Okay. And now...
Goal.
Oh, thank God. Phew, that was a close one. Oh, here comes Damien. He looks upset.
Ah!
Jared, my sincerest apologies to have kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter that I must attend to, so I'm afraid I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything alright? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucien. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, his teacher needs me to come to the school post-haste. Do you need help? Oh no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together. You're right. This is one of Lucien's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's go. Damien and I walk to the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey, Damien. You're here in record time. Wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Wow. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the My Kids Are in Trouble rodeo. What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I fall in step behind Hugo. It leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into the darkness. Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led to the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of the creepy basements. We find another teacher in a boiler room, tucked away on the back of the basement. With him are Lucien and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucien has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around at the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucien tried to kill me.
Oh, my.
The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Whoa, wait a second. Lucien, did you try to... Cask of Amontillado, Ernest? I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turned to Damien and whispered to him. What's Cask of Amontillado? It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down to the cellar with the promise of wine and of a fancy vintage, and buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. So wait, Lucien, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually going to leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot. Then he realized that I'd lied about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes? Dad.
Whoa.
It took you 20 minutes? Son, we just did an entire 2-week unit on the Cask Montadillo, and it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucian was leading you into an elaborate ruse? Did you even read the story? I read the first five pages and then I read a review on the movie.
Whoa.
It's only 5 pages long and there is no movie. Yeah, you're right. I paid Lucian to read it for me. Actually, he didn't even pay me. So, when you think about it, this is me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You're both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucian high five. Teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. Lucian, Damien, and I all pile into my car and begin the drive home. Lucian immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again.
Oh, no.
I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you, and I can see that you're struggling. So if you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend this next week looking for a summer job, I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Lucian continues to stare out the window. Love you too. Spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. That's alright. And all things considered, Lucian's bricklaying was pretty good. So, there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. I really admire how you handled that. You're a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him. I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It rarely does. You're a good dad. See you around soon? It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo. What you watching?
Yeah.
Tiny House Hunting Brothers Extreme Edition. I hate this show. Couple on-screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just get a regular-sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucian, since he tried to... He lured Ernest down to the cellar with the promise of a fine vintage and then tried to brick him into the wall, right? How'd you know that? Has everyone read this story except for me?
Yeah.
Lucian live streamed the entire thing. This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company. And a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too. Alright, how'd I do? Hey, that was a good
I'm
date.
sensing a romance between us. A chemical romance. That's a band?
Okay, that was a really good date too. I'm gonna end this episode here. Thanks for joining me.